Oh, that's Harry Potter. Hold up, guys. Let's just hope that my makeup skills are 200 times better than my humming skills. So we're gonna start with the Khaleesi side first. Just doing normal light contouring. This is a way to contour for all you asking. If you want a natural look, do it underneath your foundation and put the foundation on top. We're just gonna place foundation all over our face and buff that in with a beauty blender. You can use a foundation brush, whatever you prefer, but I always say when in doubt, buff it out with that beauty blender or Real Techniques sponge. Yeah. Then I'm gonna set my face with the NYX HD Banana Powder. It's just a really nice light finish. Still makes your skin look beautiful. And then I'm gonna set some loose powder underneath my eye because we're about to do eyeshadow. And as my eyeshadow base, I'm gonna be using the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is NW20, and just put a teeny tiny amount. Look, you barely need any just to cover your eyelid. You want enough to keep it tacky. Yeah. Morphe, I think it's time that you color coordinated your palettes to the name because I got like 5 of them. Like if it's the 35O for orange, should have orange. You know, that would just make my life a little bit easier. But who am I? Who am I? I'm Erin. Nice to meet ya. If I could be a little organized, my life would be so much easier. Does anybody else have that problem? You can't be organized. So, using the 35O palette or any warm tone colors will do. You don't need anything super shimmery. She doesn't wear a lot of eye makeup. She's just a natural beaut. You can even do this whole look with one brush. So let's try it out and see what happens. Just taking a fluffy brush, like that, dipping it into something along like these lines right in here. Some medium tone browns. A little bit of orange, not too much. If you don't have anything like this, you can use a contour kit. That will work too. I'll use a little bit of those colors to show you, but just going back and forth in your crease. Just trying to warm up and contour your eye is basically what you're doing. Taking something like that, or like a matte yellow or a matte white, and blending that up. It's okay to be sloppy if somebody, you can amp it up. You can be that kind of Khaleesi, but we're not being that kind of Khaleesi today. We're just being the one from Game of Thrones, so. You can add a little bit on the outer corner, just to, if you have eyes like me, to kind of pull it up, going for like a little bit darker of a shade. Pop it on there, and we're using this brush so it's not super pigmented everywhere. It just kind of gently places it. It's not packed on, it's not precise. It's just it's a big old mess there. A mess in a good way. There are such things as good messes, and this right here is a good mess. We're gonna keep the inner corner and the inner lid clean and light. So just go in with like a white, neutral, matte, shimmery, whatever you're feeling kind of shade. Then we're gonna go underneath the lash line just to really accentuate it, because she really doesn't wear a lot of makeup, but it's enough to like, oh, her lashes look defined. And then we're gonna go in after that and contour our face with powder. I am using the Lorac contour kit. I am a big fan of this, been using it for a year. I just ordered another one for my kit, so yeah, I like it. I like it a lot, and I'm really good at contouring, and I'm in some type of mood today, y'all, so just bear with me. Gonna bronze it up with some bronzer from Wet n Wild. That is Ticket to Brazil. I'm using Bdellium Tools brushes. Love them. And then, you know what? Let's just add a little highlight because she lives in the freaking desert, so the sunlight will catch her face, and we're gonna use that. Now, if you guys keep anything from this tutorial, keep this part. How can you be a Khaleesi without any good brows? Her brows are bold, beautiful, designed, crazy, wild, out of this world. So that's what we're doing. We're just going to really amp up the brow, make it extra defined, using Anastasia Brow Definer and Brow Wiz, one in medium brown and one in dark brown, just to add some definition. But yeah, you get those brows. Now, Khaleesi's lips are very luscious and natural, so to get mine kind of close to that, I wanted to use the Tarte lip cream. It's a muted red, perfect just to dampen on the lips. Then we're gonna go over with ColourPop in Beeper. That's their liquid lipstick, just to add a little bit more of a muted berry shade on top to give you those nice luscious lashes. Lips, Erin, lips, not lashes. And now we're gonna map out where our dragon's gonna come through. You can do your whole half face. I'm just gonna do a little bit of a fourth of my face, just because I want it to be like, oh, a dragon claw ripped part of my face, and I really am a dragon. I'm just fooling you guys. Now, do dragons have eyebrows? I don't think so. So we're gonna cover up our eyebrows. You're gonna get a Elmer's glue, or like the kids friendly non-toxic glue stick. Purple one works great because you can see where it's covered and how much it has dried. Put it all over your eyebrow hairs, get it all up in there, and then you're gonna comb your eyebrow hairs up with a spoolie, an eyelash comb, anything that'll drag them up, and then go over with one more layer to really, really make sure that they are like pushed straight up. The key is to get them flat on your face, and usually pushing up works best. Then you're gonna take a translucent powder or a colored powder, anything will work. You just wanna take like a sponge or something and pack that on so that the glue isn't sticky anymore. Then you're gonna go back and forth with that and a foundation or a concealer and just alternate until it's covered, and you're gonna wanna end with the translucent powder. That was a lot of information, but just go back and watch what I'm doing and you will get it. You can do it. I believe in you. Why, yes, Erin, when you're not careful dumping your translucent powders, it will get everywhere. I want to show you guys how to create cuts and tears with liquid latex and tissue paper. Ran out of tissue paper, so we're substituting toilet paper. Don't recommend it, but it gets the job done for this video. Start ripping bite-sized pieces of toilet paper or whatever you're using so they're kind of jagged and you can place them on your face. Keep them small. Now place a little blob of latex, just a little bit at a time. You can add more later. Put it on a paper plate or a plastic film, plastic bag, anything that you can throw away. Dip a little bit of one edge that's going to go on your face into the latex and get it saturated enough so that it kind of soaks it up, and then just start placing it on your face, and it should stick right when you put it on. But try not to touch it and move it around a whole lot. Once you place it, you want to keep it where it is. Now, we just outlined to get a general idea of where we want the tear to be. You can change it up, you can move it around, you can have pieces hanging off, you can double up on layers to create a thicker skin. And I would wait to color it until after. If you want to color it, you can use some different colored foundations right now at this step, but I wanted to make sure my latex was completely dry before I did anything. And oh my gosh, please be careful where you're putting the latex. Don't put it in your eyebrows or put it on your hair. It will rip it out, and it's not a good feeling coming off. So just please, 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 please be careful. There's your warning. Don't yell at me. Like always, you should have a reference picture handy. Research dragons. Some of them have scales. You can have like a crusty, crackly, dry skin. Whatever kind of dragon you want to do. I'm going to do a mixture of scales and then tiny little dry looking skin, so they're not all the same in uniform. You kind of want them to be a little bit different. I'm just going in with a brown eyeliner because Khaleesi's dragons have a little bit more brown and warmth to them. There's not really a lot of green or anything. It's more oranges, browns, blacks, that kind of thing. And there's no right or wrong way to map out scales. Like, did dragons even exist? We don't know. Probably not. Maybe. We weren't alive years ago, but I guess dragons are similar to dinosaurs, so do whatever you want to do, because nobody can tell you that you're wrong. And if they do, just fire breathe on them. Not really, but like in your head. Now I'm just starting with like a lighter brown, mixing it with like a taupe and a regular brown, going back and forth between the scales just to get a base color down. Don't worry about getting it exact. You're gonna go in with black shades, white shades, light shades, dark shades, just to kind of create some dimension going on there. So just pay attention to what I'm doing. It's it'll take some practice, but you can do it. Now taking a black paint, I'm just gonna go around outlining the scales, kind of creating the depth inward as if they were like laying underneath each other. So you can kind of see, just outline them and then go actually into the scale just a little bit. I'm using the Makeup Forever Flash palettes. My Mehron colors have not come in yet, so I'm working with these. I think they're good, but not worth the amount of money that you pay for. They are cream paint, so they do move around quite a bit, so make sure you set them with some eyeshadow. And then once you get your base colors down, just go in and add some little hints of color here and there. I'm going to use red, add a little yellow, a little bit of orange in there. There's no right or wrong way. Y'all just keep doing what you're doing and make it fabulous. I'm so sorry, you guys. I get a little aggressive when I'm like ending my voiceover and I like slam it on down in there. I think I just get really excited and I'm like, yeah, and then I'm pushing it down. Now let's start with the eyeball. This is optional. If you have contacts, you can use those. I'm just creating a little eyeball action on my eyelid, doing a yellow color with browns kind of mixed in to create a little bit of dimension. I definitely chose the wrong side of my face to do this on because I forgot that it's really hard for me to see out of just my right eye, so keep that in mind when you're doing this makeup. Just create a little pupil going straight down. You can create any kind of eyeballs you want. It's a dragon. Nobody really knows. So just keep going back and forth with colors, adding more definition in, make it darker around your eye, make it darker around where the cut is to create some depth in there. Just, you know, play around with it a little bit. Now this is where it gets a little tricky if you're using toilet paper over tissues. Maybe I need to look into buying a more absorbent toilet paper. Sounds like a personal problem to me, but if you're using tissues, they're a little bit more absorbent, a little easier to blend and work with, and they absorb the foundation just a little bit better. But if you miss a few spots, just go in with some fake blood. Like if somebody calls you out on Halloween for your fake blood not being in the right spot, just tell them they have some more issues that they need to deal with laying underneath their skin and in their brain. You know, you can put blood wherever you want it to go. It's Halloween. It's time to be whoever you want to be. Just say, I'm Khaleesi. I run this world. Don't say that. They might think something of you, but, well, on second thought, not my life. And then once you're satisfied with your dragon side of your face, just throw some braids in your hair like Khaleesi does. I tried to braid. My hair was like super nappy and it needed to be washed at this point, so it was a little tangly. So we just kind of, this is what you guys are going to get right here. Also, what's up with my eye twitching? Like, I can't keep one eye open and one eye closed and, like, pose. I need to work on that, adding it to my list. But here's your dragon. I'm trying to be Khaleesi. Let's face it, this is why I'm not an actress. So maybe contacts are a better way to go for those of you who have twitchy eyes like I do. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.